Question 18 for RPGaDAY 2016 is, what innovation could RPG groups benefit most from? Now, I think that as we continue into the future, we're going to see more and more people using online gaming via Google Hangouts, Skype, whatever, to actually get their fix of gaming. And I think that's because as sort of time moves forward, we're all finding ourselves more pushed for time, and computers, which are already an everyday part of life, are becoming more and more prominent. We use them in work, recreation, etc. And technology touches almost every part of our lives, whether you like that or not. It can't really be denied. So I think we'll see a move more towards online gaming. However, although there are a number of sort of online tools, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, etc., I think part of my issue with these tools, and part of the reason I don't really use them a great deal as they could be used, is this disconnect between something being conjured up in the GM and the player's imaginations, and then the amount of time it takes to master and use these tools to portray that information in an online gaming environment. So for instance, if I'm running a role-playing game using Google Hangouts or Skype, then aside from my normal GMing prep that I do, it's down to myself and the players to describe this between us, and that we then can carry on playing the game as you would do. However, if I want to use something like tactical mapping and stuff like that in, say, Roll20, I've got to, once I've made my notes, I've then got to spend extra time to learn how to use the tool set. I've got to go in, find graphics for those maps, set up the counters for all the pieces, like the electronic miniatures, if you will. And that just adds an extra level of time that's required and a level of expertise that's required to the game, certainly from a GM's point of view. And then you've got to have players who are capable of having a computer system that can use these additional systems. They have to also master them to the extent that players require to use them in the game. And it's all extra time where you're not actually playing the game, you're just investing in the preparation. And don't get me wrong, these tools are really great once you've mastered them and you all know how to use them. But it's just an extra barrier in my mind to actually cracking on with the game and being entertained, which is what we're really here for, in my opinion. So what I'd love to see as an innovation in the future, and I don't know what form this will take. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a speculator about the shape of technology in the future. I'll leave that to tomorrow's world and other people like that. However, what I'd love to see is some manner of running a game online with the sort of functionality that Roll20, Fantasy Grounds and stuff like that can offer, but in a way that means the GM and the players don't have to invest all this extra time to learn to master these sometimes complex and obtuse electronic systems. If we could have a system that allowed you to have all the benefits of those, but with the same freedom with which we can conjure these worlds from our imagination and play them out in a game, I think that would be a truly great innovation, and I think it would propel role-playing forward towards whatever shape it's going to take in the future. So there we go, that's my answer to question 18. What innovation could RPG groups benefit most from? I think in terms of certainly a technological innovation to move us forward, I think a way of representing role-playing games online in a more visual manner, but in a way that doesn't involve the GMs and the players having to invest a lot of time to master difficult technical systems. And I think once that's cracked in whatever form it takes, virtual reality, whatever, I think that really will propel role-playing games further into the future. It'll remove that barrier between people who are maybe not so technologically minded, and it'll also enable us to really push forward that visual element of RPGs, which can be so important and can provide that really dynamic impact. So I hope to see you tomorrow for question 19. Until then, take care and happy gaming.